Well, everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Extraction 2. And this action sequel coming your way on Netflix is from stunt coordinator, stuntman turned director Sam Hargrave and writer Joe Russo. And this is a follow-up to the previous film where you have Tyler Rake, Chris Hemsworth's Black Ops badass, somehow doesn't die at the end of the first film and is nursed back to health. Cool training montage and gets back into action in a mission that is a lot more connected to his personal life than he probably would like. And he tries to go in with his team of Nick and Yaz, played by Golshifta Farahani and Adam Besa. They go into this prison to break out this woman and her two children who are being held captive by her evil gangster husband. And basically this film can be broken into three main action set pieces over the course of 2 hours with some humanity thrown in between. Now, a lot of people are comparing this to John Wick Chapter 4, which I think is interesting. Yeah, they're both action movies. They both lean heavily on like the stunt work and really looking at the action. This is a very different approach. This is a lot grittier. The world is very gray. This is not hyper stylized, and it feels a lot more grounded, I guess you can say, in the way that Hargrave and his cinematographer Greg Baldi bring this film to life. It feels like a video game at times. There's one particular sequence that is basically a one shot for 20 minutes, and it feels like we're playing a video game. And Chris Hemsworth, I think, is fantastic here. He does have some moments of some deeper emotion that I think he does a real fine job portraying. And his physicality in this role is just great. He is a monstrous human being in size and power, and you see that on display in the physicality of his action. The action is really well shot. I do feel like it does get repetitive in the second and third action sequences in the film. I do feel like that first one is pretty darn perfect and really impressive. But you do feel it getting lagging, and the pacing of this film lags as well. There's some characters that are pretty flat and also frustrating, like the son of this family that he's trying to get out is torn between his mother and his father, and he makes some dumb decisions. I do really like Nick, who has an interesting dynamic with Rake, and it's like, is there something there? And that adds some layers to the proceedings. The antagonist, though, is extremely boring and very lacking in depth, and the more we spend with him, it really makes the runtime feel long and lagging, and just the energy kind of zaps out of it. And that's frustrating, because there is a lot going on in this film and a lot that really works. The action is impressive. It just doesn't sustain it as well. I do like this film, I think, more than the first one. I do feel like this has a more deeply connected story for our main character. It's a thrilling ride and is certainly worth a watch. And especially if you're an action fan, you'll be really impressed and by how much this film shows off the incredible action that Hargrave can bring to life. And you know what? I'd be down for more of these films. Hopefully they have a more interesting antagonist next time, but hopefully capture some of that personal emotion like this one did. And that's something good it has going for it. But those are my thoughts on Extraction 2. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.